What's going on, Joe fans? Mr. 1013 here with another episode of the sub team series that we've been doing. And we started off with the Tiger Force. And if you haven't had a chance to check out that video, definitely check it out. I'll throw the link in the description, or definitely link the video to this video. That way they all be in sequence. But today, for our sub team, we're going to go over the Night Force. So it says the Night Force is a G.I. Joe sub team. They are covert, outfitted, and equipped for nighttime surveillance and defensive operations. They have skills, advanced technology, and sophisticated hardware, relying on the element of surprise to strike the enemy under cover of darkness and accomplish their mission. It is the largest of the G.I. Joe sub teams, and there's a few figures here. When the sun goes down, the G.I. Joe Night Force squad is ready for action. Night Force is a covert, excuse me, team special in nighttime surveillance and defensive operations. Missions conducted in the darkness have special problems, which the Night Force squad has overcome with the enhanced skills, sophisticated hardware, and advanced technology. They use the element of surprise to vanquish the enemy, striking under cover of darkness and disappearing into the night. Mission accomplished. So that's the mission statement that was on the material back in the day. So let's get right into it on the first slide. Let's go. So back in 88, we got the O-ring release. It was in the Night Force, they came in 2 packs, right? So as you can see, we haven't got a version of sneak peek and classified in the classified line just yet. So we haven't got like the Night Force version or even an original version of Sneak Peek, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be on the way soon. There are a lot of characters that they have not yet entered the classified line. But to the right, you can see we got Lieutenant Falcon. And he did come in the pack as well, and we did get a classified version, as you can see, which was released in 2024. So if we want to get a closer look at Falcon real quick while we got him up, we'll do that right now. And then let's make this a screen. Oh, we up. I'm sorry. So yeah, here we go. We got Falcon up here. And again, this won't be like a full review of the figure. We do have the full reviews and everything on the channel, but we just want to get a look at them in hand. Again, very solid, very nice update to the original as I'm comparing the two right now. I like that they added the gear, the shoulder pads, gave them a little bit more armor. Across the board, a little bit beefier, you know what I mean? Beret, everything looks good. Has the scarf, which is removable here. Yeah, solid job. They did a great job updating with his classified version. And like they said, the Night Force packs came with 2 figures. And I'm surprised they didn't go that route this time, but we'll see in a second who he was paired with this time around. So we'll go back to the file cards and the original. We're going to move over to the next slide, and you can see he came with Quarrel, and they added her to Night Force, which was a dope idea. She kind of matched anyway. She kind of matched the colors, but she was a individual figure previously in all other versions of the figure, and she is like a British soldier. So I'm not too familiar. I know she had a figure in the classified line, and of course, not the classified, the modern airline, and she also had her figure back in the day. So she did come 2-pack with Falcon, and we're going to get a closer look at her figure as well. And as you can see, they added some armor with her as well, which I really like this, man. I actually like this version of her. Of course, you guys like that Scarlet build. Her and I believe it was Glenda as well. I had that kind of same Scarlet original build, but she got kitted up. She got holsters. She got armor, pad, and still a smaller figure. But again, did a really great job. She was pinless, double joints, everything. Butterflies look really good. Again, another real clean figure. And again, you have some armor pad in here. You got the flag under. Not a full review, of course. And I'm glad that they added her. She was a great addition to the Night Force team. And again, made a lot of sense too with her being in the kind of Night Force color scheme anyway. So yeah, again, this pack was released in 2024, and this is one of the rare 2 packs of the Night Force that we got. And as we move forward, we're going to see who what other figures came in the 2-pack. But yeah, so Falcon, we got Falcon in the Night Force classified version, no sneak peek, but we did with Quirrell. Moving to the next slide, we got Tunnel Rat and Psych Out. We have yet to get Psych Out. Definitely a figure that I would love to see come to the classified line, and I'm pretty sure we got a lot of name reveals that's going to be coming up with a lot of conventions and things coming up this year, and I'm ready to see if any of these figures are going to be announced. But we did get Tunnel Rat. We had a couple of versions of Tunnel Rat right now, and again, their O-ring was originally released in 1988. And a classified series figure was released in 2024. Again, just Tunnel Rat. And comparing, as we can see side by side here, great job. You know what I mean? I'll always give praise to Classified for sticking to, well, you know, initially the line was kind of going like with a kind of not Fortnite, but kind of like a cyber futuristic kind of vibe, but going back to making them almost retro carded or based on their original figures was a really great deal. And we're going to take a look at Tunnel Rat, a closer look right now. And here he is. It's a smaller figure, you know what I mean? There we go. Looks good. And again, I think 2024 is when they just made it, you know, the molds got a lot better. You got a lot of pinless joints and everything. Again, solid update, solid upgrade. And Night Force is one of them teams, man. I just kind of like the color scheme with them. Let me know what you guys prefer between the Night Force and the Tiger Force. Between the two, I'm kind of leaning towards Night Force just because I got that more military kind of look, but I do like my wild stuff. But I think Night Force might be my fave. So we switch back here. I'm going to move over to the next slide. So Outback and Crazy Legs. So we did get a Crazy Legs. Crazy Legs was a part of the HasLab Dragonfly, which I didn't get, but he is available on eBay for a decent price, so I might get it just so I can get my Night Force collection completed. We don't have an Outback in the Night Force version, but we do have the Tiger Force version. So, you know, collectors, if they want to drop a Night Force version, they can definitely do it, and I'm gonna be a sucker and pick it up. Because again, I'm about collecting the sub teams and everything, but both these versions were released in 1988, and we will get the original Crazy Legs version coming soon. Hopefully, he's on the way, actually. And I want to say with this head sculpt, I'm surprised we got the regular head sculpt for this guy in the HasLab, but on the retro card, we got the Screaming Crazy Legs. So I don't know how I feel about that. I would like the regular head sculpt, but if we're not gonna get it, then hey, I guess I got to pull the trigger and just grab it off eBay. But yeah, got Crazy Legs, no Outback. So we're gonna move over to the next slide. Okay, so this time we got another figure that was unreleased, and we have Shockwave, which was released. So Shockwave came with the cycle, and we'll get a closer look at that on the next slide. But Lightfoot, I don't really remember. He was one of them obscure figures that I'm pretty sure, I don't know how popular he was, but I know I didn't have him personally, Night Force version or the original version. But we did get Shockwave, and these Night Force figures were released in '89. And the classified version was released in 2024. So they were covering a lot of Night Force in 2024 and a lot of other sub teams too. But looking at the Shockwave between the classified version and the original '89 version, another great update. I'm glad they added the digital pattern, digital camo on the guy. Those nice, very nice touches. I like the little update on the vest, and we'll get a closer look at Shockwave right now. Focus in, and here we get a look at Shockwave. So here we go. His hat was removable. which was a nice little touch right there. And he got a lot going on in the eyes. He got some black, some dark paint under the eyes. Really going real Batman kind of Gotham under there. But we did get those nice touches. And again, pinless mode here. Again, nice digital camo that was on him. Very nice, sleek, real stealthy, real, really getting in touch with that Night Force vibe. So another solid figure that was in the line. And again, he came with the cycle. We got, his emblem and everything on the side. And I'm surprised these guys didn't come with like any Night Force badges or anything on them. But yeah, there you have it with Shockwave. And again, these reviews are up on my page. You'll have to dig a little bit. I might have to start linking put them all in the description if you want to see the individual reviews. But again, Shockwave came with the cycle, and I believe it's the Night Pursuit. And that was a solid figure. They used that bike a few times in the line so far. So we're definitely getting the repaints, and they're making use of these modes. Now, as we move forward, we got a 2-pack that we never, like, both these characters have not been released in classified form in either version. We have Charbroil and Repeater. And again, I'm interested to see if we'll get these name reveals or, some type of announcement about these figures. Because Night Force, again, it seems like it is the bigger sub team, or was at the time. But yeah, we have yet to get Charbroil or Repeater. I believe Repeater can definitely be easy with the modes that's already out here. Charbroil, the molding for his helmet might be like the most costly thing to get a new mold for that, but he probably can reuse some of the molds that's already out here. I believe both these can be definitely easy to throw in. We can probably get that retro carded version, or we can just get an updated classified version and also get these guys as the Night Force team. Another two figures that we don't have yet that have been in the classified line: Muskrat, Spearhead, and Max. I believe Spearhead and Max, it might have been talked about in the community, but I'm not sure if they got announced or they were talking about it, because of course it's a pet, and they've been doing really good with the pet figures. Especially, I can definitely see them doing Max the Bobcat. Having that pet are fully articulated, nice. Spearhead looks like he can definitely be reused for a lot of parts. Not a lot of tooling, not a lot of new things that would be needed for him, or Muskrat as well. Muskrat, I believe they can just, with the tools that we already have and molds that they already have, both these figures can also be added to the wave with no problem. No classified release as of yet, but again, we got another 8 months. Oh, wow, I'm saying 8. Whew. Another 10 months of the year, so we can get some of these announcements. I'm hoping we can see these guys in classified form. In our second 2-pack now, neither one of these figures had an O-ring version, and this is actually Quick Kick's first version as a part of the sub team. And I believe the Beachhead is based on a figure that's from the modern era. His paint applications and things like that is where they matched it. And Quick Kick is just ultimately, again, just freshly introduced into the Night Force, and this was released in 2025. And I'm glad they added Quick Kick to like the Night Force. He just works, man. He's the better figure out of the two. I just didn't really like the striped camo, and we can get closer in on Beachhead as we talk about it. And I kind of talked about it in the review that I did for these guys. Is the stripe pattern on the shirt. I mean, it's okay. I wish it would have been either like a version of the digital camo up here. It just looked like it's just some webbing on the shirt. It's okay, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it was painted. It was nicely painted, but a version of Beachhead in the Night Force colors. He was okay. We'll accept it. But other than that, again, 2025, we got the pinless mode. I mean, he's painted detail, very nice. Digital camo, very nice on here. So let's get to the real star of the two, Quick Kick. So again, this we finally got a Quick Kick with some boots. You know what I'm saying? He can finally move around comfortably in the battlefield. I love the vest that they added to him. He came with a lot of accessories, as you guys can see in the slide. He had two different head sculpts, a lot of hand changes, swappable hands, I should say. Ninja stars, nunchucks, backpacks, swords. Like he came with the whole nine, and this was definitely a star. And again, I'm glad they gave utilization to Quick Kick being in a part of a sub team. Great figure, man. Great figure. Both versions, the original Quick Kick and the Night Force version of Quick Kick, both of them look really good. Going on to the next slide. So, Ripcord, he was a part of the HasLab as well as one of the unlocks, and I don't have him on hand either. I'll definitely be looking to see what kind of pricing it is for him, because again, I want to fill out the sub team. I want to have all the figures for Night Force. So I believe these are the only two that I'm missing. And you can see he came with a few accessories. Looks really clean. And I'll try to find like this version of Crazy Legs, but they didn't have like a mock-up of them or anything. So it was just like a drawing. But Ripcord looks really cool, real simple. Black, green, Night Force colors. Then I'll be on the lookout to see what the pricing is for him. Then we got Shooter back in 2023. I think she was one of the first Night Force figures. Her, I believe Big Ben was another one. And I don't recall if they were both Walmart exclusive, then available on Hasbro Pulse. But Shooter was initially named like one of the original 13. It was like a Easter egg, or it just showed the hand of another original figure at the time, or character at the time. And then we got a Shooter figure for the G.I. Joe. Was it the G.I. Joe Collectors Club that added her as a modern era figure? And then we got the classified figure. So Shooter, again, very nice figure. Always great to have another female figure. And then we have her accompanying Quirrell. So now you got two female figures along with the sub line, which is always cool. And we'll get a better look at her right now. So here we have Shooter. I love this head sculpt, man. The skin tone looks really good. Nice tattoo on her. And again, this was 2023, and she has the pinless joints as well. So they were doing good, fully cooking. And again, this was a smaller mold as well. You could look just like her arms and everything else. Short figure. I love the build. I love how diverse they are with them. She got like this Zoe Saldana kind of expression or kind of look to her. So very nice figure. Fits perfectly with the Night Force. She got the sneaks on. She don't got no boots or anything on. So she got like some sneakers. I don't even think we even seen these shoes anymore on any of the figures. But that was Shooter. We're going to move on to the next figure that's in the classified Night Force line. Big Ben, again, 2023. And he was a Walmart. I think he was a Walmart exclusive. One you had to get on there, catch him, and try to see if he was available. I don't even think we got a regular version of Big Ben either. So you can definitely be on the way since they already got the molding. So be on the lookout for that. And we'll get a closer look at Big Ben here. And actually, his hat wasn't even is all a part of the mold. How do we feel about that? Since we're starting to get a lot of figures with removable hats and things now. Do you think they can reissue Big Ben with a removable hat now, or just leave him like that? I think they'll probably leave like that because again, spend money where it needs to be spent. Again, British, so he's rolling with Quirrell. Pinless, double joints, everything. Clean figure, you know what I'm saying? Not too much going on. I like this. Really solid. The paint on his face looks really good. And it shows how much they came up with the head sculpt. I mean, it's not a bad head sculpt, but they've definitely upped um the detailing on some of these head sculpts and things now. But Big Ben in the lineup for the Night Force. Who do we have next? And a new character, Wolf Spider, 2023. So we got 3 Night Force characters in 2023 for Shooter, Big Ben, and Wolf Spider again being a new figure added. How do we feel about this guy? It seems like he fared very well with the community when he was announced and when he was shared. So I think he's good, and he can almost be like, even though he has a name, he's not a name character. He can possibly be like some Night Force soldiers. You know what I mean? Because he's masked. He don't really have a different head sculpt or anything. So you can definitely kind of maybe army build him if you wanted to. And we'll get a closer look at Wolf Spider here. And I think I left this helmet on because it's almost like the Lifeline head helmet. It's snug. It's on here. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about it ever coming off. But I did leave it on there, and you got the goggles that pop down, and I like the little green metallic. Like this should have been like this green metallic here because we just did the Night Viper review. That little metallic green should have probably been on his, but it'd probably been layered on top of the other green. So I get it, but yeah, he was solid. I mean, not nothing too complicated for being a new figure. Just some molds on him, and he has a big drop hands right there. Yeah, got to break these guys out a little bit more. But yeah, another solid figure that was added. A lot of use of parts that we already had. So not reinventing the wheel here. I think it was just something cost efficient and able to add a new character to the line. How do you guys feel about new characters being to the line, continuously to be added to the line? Is it good? Is it bad? How you feeling about it? I don't mind it at all, as long as we still get some of our fan favorites and the ones that we're looking forward to. And that is Wolf Spider. So that was it for like all the classified. Now we're gonna dig back into a little bit of history of the Night Force and what kind of versions we had. And the Night Force that came from the GI Joe Collectors Club was released in 2013. And as you can see, we have a few repeats of the Night Force that made this a classified and some didn't. I would love to see. So we have, first of all, we had Lady J. Lady J was added to the Night Force. We have Freestyle. I believe she was a newer character. I would love to see her. They can definitely make a Freestyle that would make it into classified line. I don't see why that wouldn't be. Probably just a new head sculpt. Use of some parts that we already got. Let me know what you guys think. Chuckles, we can get a Night Force version of Chuckles. We already got him as the San Diego Comic-Con. I don't remember what year that was, but he was a part of him in the Crimson team. So we could definitely get a Night Force version of Chuckles. Steeler, yet to have. Well, we just got Steeler. 2-pack, right? We just got Steeler, I believe, and he also came in the Night Force G.I. Joe Collectors Club. Crazy Legs, as we can see, we have him there. We have Psych Out. We have Repeater. So we did get Psych Out, Repeater. So the G.I. Joe Collectors Club definitely tapped into the original 80s figures and made them into modern era. So you see Muskrat, you see Hit and Run. We just got Hit and Run coming, so he might pop up in the Night Force version. We also have Charbroil and Max the Spearhead. So we got a lot of the 80s figures in the modern era with a touch of an addition of Lady J and a new character in Freestyle. What do you guys think? Who would you like to see? Again, we kind of talked about it, but who would you like to see as we look at them in modern era? Who would you like to see in classified? And do you think the versions will be looking good? I think we'll get some great looking versions in classified, man, for real. And then adding Freestyle, we'll probably get a Lady J first, probably with an updated hair sculpt. I think that'll be good, or Freestyle will be better too. And let's take a look at some of the vehicles now. Let's talk about if these will even make it into classified. So another water vehicle, and if we're going based off the the picture here, there are 4 figures, 5 figures, 6 figures in here. That would probably be too big to make for just regular purchase. You know what I mean? Maybe they can do what they're doing with the his tanks, and they're made to order, and that could be a solution. And I don't know what the price would be for this type of thing because a lot of people may or may not buy them. But these 6 and 8 figure vehicles probably won't make it into classified line. But this was dope. I like this. This definitely, it could, and it would probably be sold separately, not as the whole set. It holds 1 figure, but they look really big, and depending on how big they make it, this is something. The Night Blaster is possibly something that we could see in classified as a regular store purchase. You know what I mean? I'm not too sure though. Again, maybe it's 2 pieces, and you might have to buy them separately, which might not hold over too good. But Night Blaster looks dope though. Move to the next slide. This can be made as a classified vehicle. I can see this 1 figure. One can probably stand on the side if they're doing like the All Strikers and things like that. This can definitely be made. So a Night Raider, I can definitely see being put into the classified line. The Nightshade, I can see this being added to the classified line. If we're getting things like the Cobra glider, and that thing is kind of big, so with the Pentors thrown, well, it's not this. It probably won't be as big as this, but we're getting these type of vehicles. I can see this being a part of it as well, and can possibly come with one of these figures that we haven't got just yet. Nightstorm. Nightstorm can probably be made and issued out as a regular purchase without it being a HasLab. 2 figures. Scaling would probably be kind of hit or miss. The cannons probably wouldn't be as long as the either. Yeah, this could possibly be something that's made. What you guys think? Let me know. It's one vehicle I've seen on here. We got the Night Boomer. Since the Rattler was a HasLab, I don't see this being a regular purchase either. This will probably have to be like a HasLab type of situation, or again, it could be a made to purchase vehicle. You got 2 figures that were able to occupy the front here, and yeah, it probably won't make it. The Night Ray. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before I go into it, like G.I. Joe back in the day had so many vehicles. Like the money behind the brand was amazing. I remember going into toy stores, man, and just seeing like all these vehicles and figures, man. It was a time, and it's incredible to see. Like, again, this is my first time really digging this deep into like the sub teams and seeing what vehicles and characters was available. But just seeing all this stuff was dope, man. And again, we probably won't see this in classified scale, but this is very dope to see. And this here, we're probably never, not to the scale. It says it can hold up to 28 figures. We probably won't never see anything like that for classified. This will definitely have to be a HasLab, and it had to be something special. They have to have something on the Cobra side to combat the Night Scrambler. But this is huge. I wonder if you had this back in the day. Let me know how big this thing was. I'm gonna have to look up some photos to see how big this vehicle was. And we're gonna go to some of the unreleased Night Force figures. So we went over a lot of figures and from different eras, and we're gonna actually tap in to see who we don't have. From 88, we don't have Sneak Peek. From 89, Charbroil, Lightfoot, Muskrat, Repeater. Spearhead. From 2003, we had a version of Nunchuck. We had a Duke, and we had a Crosshair. And then 2004, we have Action Man, Flint, Roadblock, Short Fuse, Tunnel Rat. But we do have a tunnel. We had a Tunnel Rat up here. So you can tell it was two different versions of Tunnel Rat. Grunt and Gung Ho. And this is the Beachhead that we got that the classified version is based off of. So they went to 2004 and grabbed Beachhead. So I'm pretty sure they're probably looking at some who else they can grab. And now that we got Short Fuse and I can't remember his name right now. Well, since we got those two guys, I believe we might get these guys. So moving on, and that's it, man. This was been a great experience, just digging through the G.I. Joe history and seeing what figures that have made it to classified and have yet to be made for classified. What figures made it to modern era, and I hope you guys are enjoying these series. We're definitely going to come back for the next one. We might tap into the Cobra side for a couple episodes, but definitely let me know what you guys think. I hope you're enjoying the series again. I appreciate you guys for coming through and checking out the video. I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.